I'm still trying to process what happened last Friday night. One minute I was clinking champagne glasses at a Manhattan gala, thinking maybe, just maybe, this was the moment Ethan would propose. The next he was standing across the ballroom stage, laughing as he called me forgettable, in front of his CEO and a table full of investors. I wish I could say I stormed out with dignity, but the truth? I stood there frozen, my mouth dry, my hands shaking. He didn't just dump me, he performed it like it was some kind of joke for the elite crowd to enjoy. Then he handed me the check for our $500 dinner and walked away like I didn't exist. I spent the weekend on my couch, mascara streaked and spoon deep in Rocky Road ice cream. Every time my phone buzzed, Sophia, mom, unknown numbers, I let it ring. What was I supposed to say? That the man I loved for 3 years reduced me to a punchline in a tuxedo? I know one thing, I can't cry forever. But I also can't pretend it didn't happen. By Monday morning, Sophia was at my door with coffee, dry shampoo, and that look on her face that said, "We're not letting this man ruin you." She didn't even wait for me to speak, just barged in and started tidying the disaster zone that was my apartment. I love her for that. I finally broke down and told her everything, every snide comment Ethan had made over the years about my style, my boring job, my predictable taste in movies. I had laughed them off back then. Now they echoed like alarms. "He's been building up to this," she muttered, slamming my cabinet shut. "And you've been too good to see it." I nodded, my voice hoarse. "It's like I've been dating a stranger." Then Sophia said something that stopped me cold. "I don't think Ethan even works where he says he does." I blinked. "What do you mean?" She pulled out her phone, opened LinkedIn and showed me Ethan's profile. Something didn't add up. The position he bragged about wasn't listed, and someone else was listed as lead developer. My stomach dropped. "I know someone at his company," she said. "Liam. Quiet guy but honest. Let me reach out." For the first time since Friday, I felt something that wasn't humiliation. I felt curiosity. And a spark of rage. Liam replied to Sophia within an hour. He didn't seem surprised. That was the first red flag. They agreed to meet at a quiet cafe near Midtown. I went along, wrapped in a borrowed coat, hair in a low bun, sunglasses on. Not because I was famous, but because I didn't want anyone to see the shame still clinging to my face. Liam was polite, soft-spoken, and surprisingly empathetic. He'd worked with Ethan for almost a year. "He's not a developer," Liam said flatly. "He's an intern. Barely passed his probation." I blinked. "But he always talked about leading product teams, demoing prototypes." Liam shook his head. "All wise. I've seen him plagiarize reports. He adds his name to projects he never touched. Everyone knows, but his charm buys him time." He slid a folder across the table. Screenshots of falsified emails. A Slack thread where someone joked about Ethan's invisible contributions. Even a memo recommending termination. My heart was pounding. Not from pain but something sharper. Focused. "I don't know what he did to you," Liam said gently, "but whatever it was, you didn't deserve it." I looked at the evidence again. This wasn't just heartbreak. It was fraud. And maybe, just maybe, I could do something about it. The invitation was digital, forwarded from Liam's inbox with a simple note. "If you want to end this, here's your chance." Ethan was set to receive a Rising Innovator award at his company's annual tech gala. Black tie, media coverage, and a live stream watched by investors. The irony almost made me laugh. I spent the week preparing. Not crying, not wallowing, preparing. Sophia helped me craft a slideshow. Liam provided emails, Slack logs, internal memos. Everything we needed to prove Ethan's entire persona was a fraud. I bought a midnight blue dress. Not to impress. To haunt. The night of the gala, I walked in like I belonged. Nobody questioned me. Confidence is a funny thing. It opens doors shame never could. From the shadows of the ballroom, I watched Ethan bask in fake glory. Toasts. Applause. Then the moment came. As he stepped onto the stage, I handed a USB to the tech crew with one line. "Emergency update." Straight from the board. They nodded. The lights dimmed. Ethan smiled for the cameras. Then the screen behind him flickered to life, with screenshots of his lies. Emails. Slack threads. Plagiarized files. HR reports. Gasps filled the room. His smile cracked. "This can't be real," he shouted. But it was. And I was the one who made it happen. The fallout was instant. By morning, the clip had gone viral. Ethan's humiliation broadcasted on tech blogs, TikTok, even LinkedIn. His innovator image disintegrated. The award was rescinded. His internship terminated. Investors pulled out. But Ethan didn't disappear. First it was petty. A flood of fake comments on my social media, calling me jealous, vindictive, unstable. Then came the anonymous emails, slurred insults, threats veiled in tech jargon. One message simply read, "You'll regret this." I forwarded everything to Sophia. She looped in Liam. They were worried, but I still thought he's just lashing out. Then one night I came home and the lock on my apartment door was scratched, like someone had tried to force it open. My blood ran cold. I checked the cameras. There he was, hoodie up, staring at the door for 10 straight minutes. That night I didn't sleep. I filed a police report the next morning. They took it seriously. They'd seen this before. Charming men unraveling when control slips from their hands. A restraining order was granted within 48 hours. Ethan's parents, Claire and James, called me horrified. "We didn't raise him like this," Clara cried. "Please know you have our full support." I thanked them, but the truth settled heavy in my chest. This wasn't just about revenge anymore. Now it was about safety. Months passed, and with each day, the weight of Ethan's betrayal became easier to carry. The restraining order worked. Ethan kept his distance, his threats growing quieter and less frequent. It felt like the final chapter of a nightmare, distant, fading, but real. My life started to rebuild itself. Sophia and Liam stayed close, always checking in, always ready with a word of encouragement. They became my anchors in the storm. Liam's support was unexpected but genuine, and as time passed, we grew closer. I hadn't expected that. At work, the promotion I'd been waiting for was finally mine. The clients I'd pitched to before, the ones who had doubted my abilities, came back, impressed by my determination and vision. I was no longer the girl Ethan had mocked. I was Emily, smart, driven, and confident. One evening, while walking home from the office, I ran into Clara and Mia. They were in town for a visit, and Clara looked like she hadn't slept in days. She apologized again and again, but I could see the relief in her eyes. "He's gone," she whispered. "We've distanced ourselves." I nodded, feeling a weight lift from my chest. And just like that, I realized this wasn't the end of my story. It was the beginning of something new.